Lil Levy. Lil Levy was running with him.
Magnolia Levy.
Yeah, Magnolia Levy. My little nephew right there. He called me. Once he called me, he was like, man, he shot dirty. He shot dirty, you know, he's frantic. So I'm like, where y'all at? At the house. Went over there. Slim on the lawn. Nobody out there. So I'm out there with him. And, you know, Slim usually keep 1,000 little dudes around. You know what I mean? You know, Slim, I don't know if you know how Slim used to ride. Slim used to ride with at least 7 dudes with him, you know. Nobody out there. Ain't nobody out there. Everybody done scattered. You know, they're supposed to be going to some little show or whatever, whatnot.
So do you think people was with him and he got shot and they scattered, or he was by himself?
I think people was... No, see, the way I hear it, they was upstairs. You know, Slim had the studio upstairs. Slim was by himself, went to the store or whatever around the corner by his mama. That's the nigga followed him. And he got him when he came out the truck. And shot him. I guess the niggas heard that. I don't know if they say they had a bunch of guns, so everybody left. I don't know why, but nobody there believed it.
Nobody called the police?
Believe it, called me.
Whoa, this is some new information that I've never heard before. I've been aware of who Soulja Slim is since 1998 when he came out with his first album, Give 'Em to Him Raw. And Soulja Slim, man, if you don't know, he had a huge impact on the South. I'm from Virginia, Richmond, Virginia. We're the top of the South, as we call it. And when Soulja Slim came out in 98, that look that he had, he created that archetype. I think, is that the right word? Archetype? Archetype, or is it prototype? Archetype. And what I mean by that is, he created like, archetype, a very typical example of a certain person or thing. Yeah, he created the archetype of a hood dude, of a down south gangster. Dark-skinned dude with golds in his mouth. That's the look. So if you look like me, light-skinned guy, you're not going to be considered a gangster. He created that archetype where this is what a gangster looks like down south. You know what I mean? Dark-skinned, golds in your mouth. And after Slim came out, dudes who are dark-skinned started trying to like make themselves look like him. They would get golds like him. They would get the little tattoo in the middle of their forehead, and like he did, and they would like literally model themselves after Soulja Slim. Some dudes even started going by Soulja Slim. That's how big of an impact he had. Like that. See, he got the golds, dark skin. He created the archetype of the down south gangster. And all the dudes from my city who are known as the killers, the hustlers, the top of the top when it comes to the street life, they all look like Soulja Slim. Very few guys. That's it. You go in the hood, you see guys that look like him. And that's the reason why Soulja Slim appealed to so many people across the world, I think, is because everybody could relate to how he looked and his swag and his, the way he carried himself. Like, yeah, he had a huge level of influence on the South. His influence in the South is so heavy that even in Jacksonville, they do what they merch on Soulja Slim. Merching is a term from Chicago. It's like swearing on somebody. Like if somebody says you're lying, it's like, I swear to God you ain't lying. Merch that you ain't lying. They'll say I'm merching on James Tapp. James Tapp is Soulja Slim's real name. And I was confused. I was hearing Jacksonville, Florida guys say on James Tapp. And I'm like, that's Soulja Slim's government name. Why are you guys swearing on James Tapp? And it's because after Katrina, a lot of guys from New Orleans came to Jacksonville and they introduced him to Soulja Slim. And he became like a little cultural icon in Jacksonville. To this day, guys who are like 18, 17 say on James Tapp. They probably don't even know who he is. And, yeah, and we're getting some new details from Six Shot. Six Shot was known as Slim's best friend. And apparently Slim rode to a corner store. He left his mom's house, went to a corner store that was in the area. And when he came back, apparently some guys must have followed him from the store. And he was saying that it's weird because Soulja Slim rode with a lot of different guys. He always had 7, 10 different dudes with him. He went to the corner store by himself, but it was a bunch of guys in the house upstairs in the studio, and none of them came out to help or anything, and he was just like, that's odd. Yes, that's very odd. So that's some new information about Slim's death that I've never heard. Peace. And shout out to Rare Report. I think his name is Video Wayne.